My name is Dawn Marie, and this is my channel, DM's Crafty Vortex. This is my channel mostly about cross stitch, and then whatever crafts I happen to get up throughout the week. This week is just about the cross stitch. That's all I've really been working on the last few weeks since the last time I videoed. I'd like to thank all my returning subscribers, all of you that have watched me week after week and kept coming back. I really appreciate you. I know there's a lot of floss tubes out there to watch, so I really appreciate that you're sticking by and watching me and my progress. If you are new to the channel and this is your first video, thank you so much for stopping by. Pull up some cross stitch and sit around and stitch with me for a little bit. I appreciate you being here. I hope you find something that you like that makes you want to hit that thumbs up button and maybe hit that subscribe button as well and stick around for a while. If you watched last week, you do know that I have a giveaway. I have a winner. I will announce that after I go through all my whips, my work in progresses, and just before my haul. I do have a little bit of haul this week, not much. I've been trying not to buy too much, trying to be really thoughtful on what I do buy, but I have a little bit because I did get to visit a local needlework shop. I say local, but it was a couple of hours away. I did talk about that on my last video, but I forgot to actually show the haul. And with that, let's get into the whips. If you watch a lot, you notice I don't go too much into life ramblings and stuff. I just feel a little weird talking about myself. I do say things once in a while, but there isn't too much rambling about things other than cross stitch on this video. If you do miss the rambling, go ahead and let me know below. I'll try to talk a little bit more about it, but I know there are a lot of people who just want to see the cross stitch and then they want to be out of there. So with that, it surprises me every time I get ready for a floss tube. I feel like I haven't really done much, and then you start pulling out everything you worked on and you find there is a lot more in that pile than you actually thought. So one of the things I'm really excited to show that I made some progress on is my Sewing Fairy by Shannon Christie Designs. And this is done on a 14 count Aida Ice Blue by Zygot. So there's the little sticker on that. And I'm doing this 2/1. I got all the stitching done. So all I have left is the back stitching and the beading, and then I just kind of dyed down on it. And I really don't want this to turn into a UFO, an unfinished object. So I was watching Lidia's Leisurely Stitching, and she was talking about how she has a project that she works on 30 minutes every day. And I thought that was a really great idea. And then I just didn't do it, and I didn't do it. And then I watched her again, and she showed her progress again during her 30 minutes every day. And I decided I really need to get my butt in gear and give this a try. So this is day 3. I've put 30 minutes on it every day for the last 3 days. I think she said she's in actually a Facebook group about this, but it's a closed group, so you have to get an invite. But I'm just going to follow along with her and try and do 30 minutes a day. And this is where I was at last time I showed it, if I can find a before picture. It's been a couple of weeks, I think. And this is where I am at now. I am so excited to finally see some progress. The back stitching just seems so overwhelming, but 30 minutes on it really isn't that much, but it makes a lot of difference in how much has been done. So I've been working mostly down here and then up in this area, and I don't know how my nails look, and I apologize. I've just been working all day. But here is where we are at. And I'm really going to try to work 30 minutes a day on it. I just got another promotion at work, which has really revamped my work schedule again. When I started doing Flosstube, I was working 1 to 10. I had a nighttime management position, and I was cross-stitching all morning. Then I switched to a morning management position, and that gave me 6 to 3, and then I would come home at night and just kind of cross-stitch at night. Well, now I have another management position where I kind of am going in a little bit later in the day, so it's more of a 9 to 6 versus a 6 to 3. So I'm thinking if I do my 30 minutes before work and get that over and done with, and then when I come home at night, just do my regular cross stitching, it's a nice cutoff point. So I've been working on this the last 3 mornings before I go to work, and then when I come home at night, I'm working on my other projects. But I'm so in love with this. I'm glad I'm working on it again. The only issue I'm having with this is if you can see the eyes, I don't know if I'm going to pull out the eyes and maybe put in some beads, maybe try and do a colonial knot over a French knot, but I don't know. Maybe from a distance they look better and it's just I'm looking at them too close. What do you think about the eyes on this? But other than that, I cannot wait to get this done. So, Sewing Fairy by Shannon Christie Designs. I absolutely love her patterns. I love her choice of colors. Her colors are just so bright and cheerful, and I like those more than, I'm not really into more of the antique-y colored patterns, although I do have one in here. This definitely draws me. I definitely own quite a few of her patterns now. And I don't show my bags that all my cross stitches are in just because I make all my bags. So if I ever get a bag that I'm using that somebody else has made, I will definitely show it, but otherwise I'm just showing off my own work. The next thing that I have that I've been working on is my the Frosted Pumpkin Cozy Cafe, and this is where it's at now. I didn't actually print the picture, so I'll just show a picture right here of where they're at. And this is where I was at last time. I fell way behind on this. However, I am now caught up. I'm not done with this month, but I'm actually working on this month. So I'm very excited about that. And I am doing it on, let me see if I have the information of, I thought I was organized. I got everything all set up, but then you put it back in the bag to get ready and you lose everything. So this is being done on Fiber on a Whim. The color is mint. It's a 14 count, and I'm doing it 2/1. And this is where I am at now. So I think last time I showed it, I was, oops, let me fold it. I was working on this block. And then I finished the center block, which is the water, and now I'm working on the coffee. Now, I am missing, I think there's a strawberry for strawberry lemonade, sparkling for sparkling water. I've been downloading each month into Pattern Keeper, and Pattern Keeper does not do any back stitching when they show it. So the words that are in back stitching, and there's a little bit of other back stitching that I need to actually print out the pattern and finish those. So I've done everything that I can on those 2 blocks in Pattern Keeper, and then I'm working on this. If I get this one finished, I'll then pull them out and do the back stitching. So the next one comes out, I think it drops on the 24th, so I've got plenty of time. This is really fast stitching if you just sit down to work on it, but it just keeps getting put aside, so I'm really excited. So here is where we're at with working on this month's block. And again, that's the Cozy Cafe from the Frosted Pumpkin. And the needle minder is also from them as well. The next thing that I put some time in, and I'm not doing these in chronological order because I just kind of pick up what I want when I'm in the mood, and then I put it down, and then I jump around, so there's no really set order on when I work on things. This was worked on last night because I do a stitchy group. They try to meet every other Thursday on Zoom. Pam from Stitching in the Land of Good Enough puts this on, and you have to be working on a Hawk Run Hollow piece. So you can work on any Hawk Run Hollow piece you want, but it has to be a Hawk Run Hollow. And this is the one where I said it's really not in my color scheme, but she made me do it. So I did the Halloween one. I'm like, if I'm going to do something that I'm really not into, at least if I go to Halloween, then I'll enjoy it. So I'm working on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And I got a little bit done on that. And if I can find the picture again, this is what it looked like last time I worked on it. I'm not taking this one out of the Q-step. I apologize. It's right where I need it to be, and it's just way too much fabric to try and deal with. But here is where I'm at now. And I think my needle minder is actually one of the ones from the Black Needle Society. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. I got this at Celebrations in New Hampshire back in, it was either May or June, and it was really fun to go to that cross-stitch show, and that's where I got this needle minder. It's also where I got the Hawk Run Hollow pattern. So I got some done on this, and it's a lot of fun. Even if it's not really my colors, it's a very easy stitch. So for me anyways, it was really easy to do while you were on a Zoom. You didn't have to pay tons of attention because there's a lot of just blocks of color that I was cross-stitching. And this is done on, I believe, a 20 count. I try to just keep the stickers. And it's a Zygote again, and the color is Mushroom. It's a 20 count Lugana. And all my grime guards are just $1 from the dollar store. They're actually just steering wheel covers. My next project I have been working on is a stitch along from and I apologize if you can hear that noise in the background. That is my cat trying to open the gate to get into a room she shouldn't be in. So this next project, as I was saying, is from the Linens in Threads Mystery Sampler Stitch Along. So if you just go to their site, every month they release a block. And this is their 2021 Stitch Along, and they call it Talavera, I believe is what it's called. This is not this month, this is last month. So I did not actually print up this month. I was by a computer and I just stitched directly from the computer. But here is kind of the layout of what we're working on. I've had a lot of fun working on this, but I haven't been able to stop thinking about their last year's stitch along. It was a Quaker one, so I went and printed out all of last year's, and I have a few people who are going to do it with me next year. Anna, who is the head of the Facebook group, and I get it wrong every single time, 21 Halloween projects in 2021, and I know I'm saying it wrong, but I'm going to put it right down below. She's going to stitch it with me. We've already printed off all of last year's, and a couple other people from a stitchy group I believe are going to join in as well. We have a lot of local ladies who have finally, we all get together about every other Saturday at a local Panera, which has been a lot of fun. But so next year, we're going to do it in the months that they drop. So January, we'll do in January. We'll just be doing it for the wrong year. But anyways, this is what it looked like last time I worked on it. And this is what it looks like now. I do drop everything when this comes out and I start working on it immediately. So I have not fallen behind on this. And this is where I am at right now. This is the block I worked on. So I've really been enjoying this. And I believe it's just an 18 count Aida that I bought at like a Michael's. But here's where we are. And this has been a lot of fun. Again, another frosted pumpkin needle minder. Not too much more to go. It seems like just yesterday I was waiting for the first thing to drop, and it's hard to believe that we're already done with September's block. So just a couple of more to go. And again, that's my Linens and Threads Mystery SALS, so we don't know what it looks like when it's done. It is free. Again, if you go over to the Linens and Threads site, they have quite a few years still listed. They do pull away some old ones, but if you go over and you see some that you like, get them printed up now, or they're still free. And I am doing this with DMC 519. I don't know if you can see that. I do already have my color printed out for when I start my next year's one. I went with a variegated purple. I think it's DMC 62 maybe, but I haven't found the fabric I want yet to go with it. And then I started a small for, I'm going away in November to, I think they call it the Frugal Yankee. It's also called Stitching at the Farm. I'm not quite sure which name to use at the moment, but there is going to be a smalls exchange. So I did start that. I'm just going to go ahead and show it because I doubt whoever gets this is actually somebody who's going to watch this channel. And even if they do watch this channel, they won't know what bag it's in. So I am working on, with this needle ivy thread, my hands-on designs. And I am using none of the called for colors. I kind of just went through what I have in my house. It only takes 4 colors. I didn't want to go look specially for those colors, so I just picked out some random things that I have. And let me see if I can pull them out. And I am actually working on linen. I think I said in my first couple of floss tubes that I would never work on linen. I took about 3 stitches on a project and put it away and said it wasn't for me. But I do have a big magnifying light now, so it's making it a little bit easier. There is no pre-picture. I don't know why I put my glasses on for that part, because I have not shown this before. So this is where I am at now. And I've got the width. And I am using Color and Cotton I'm All In. It's a special edition, so I'm assuming I got that out of a box. Weeks Dye Work Kohl, which I think I had laying around from a prior project. The Gentle Art Evergreen. And Fiberlicious hand-dyed Cherry Bomb. Look how pretty that is. And I am stitching it on 32 count vintage Sahara Belfast linen, 2/2. I am running out of room slowly on where to put things. Okay. And then I'm doing another stitch along, and this is on that Facebook group. Again, 21 Halloween cross stitch projects in 2021. And yes, 2021. So there we go. I do know what this is going to look like when it's done. So here we have it. And it was broken down in 11 parts. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And this is where we are right now. That's the block we're working on. And I'm doing this on an 18 count Aida that I had dyed myself for another project, and this was just the remnant. I'm stitching this one in hand, using all the call for colors, and I'm doing it 1/1. And this is where I am at on this. And this is the block I'm working on right now. Oop. And if I can find the picture, this is where I was last time. And here's where I am at now. So I absolutely love this one, probably because it has all this purple in it, but I'm really enjoying this stitch. It's a really nice mixture of complication with blocks of color. So you use your brain, but at the same time you can kind of zone out a little bit too. So next year is going to be my year of no more stitch alongs, well, except for the linens and thread one and whatever other one I get talked into somehow. But I'm going to try not to do too many. By the time I get through all my stitch alongs, my SALS, I don't have time to do any of my other stuff. So the last thing I have to show you is my full coverage piece that I started. And this is a Hade, Heaven and Earth Designs. And the artwork is by Lisa Parker. And I am doing it 1/1 on 25 count Easy Grid Lugana. This is what it's going to look like in about 10 years. And it's my first HAID, so I'm still trying to get the feel of how I'm going to enjoy stitching it. So I started out doing pocking in grids, and now I'm getting rid of all my pocking and slowly stitching those in because I felt like the threads were getting in the way. But I enjoyed the grid stitching, I just didn't enjoy the pocking. So I'm enjoying not having the threads, but I feel like there's way more, you have to pay more attention to not pock because you're just going away from that grid. So I'm not sure. The next time I show it, I could be pocking again. I don't know. And this is in the Q-snap too because there's just way too much fabric. If you see how much fabric I've got bunched up here, I do not want to be taking this out and then trying to get it back in. But this is what it looks like now. So you can see where I was pocking and gridding, and now I'm doing cross country. I'm not doing extreme cross country, but I'm doing cross country. So this is where this is at. I'm very excited working on it to see it slowly progress, and I get to see it all work up, and then I go and make my pattern keeper smaller, and then you realize just how little you've actually accomplished. But I am loving doing this full coverage. I have since bought, I have 3 more full coverages, 1 of them kitted up, 2 of them that I want to kit up. I am becoming a full coverage addict. I just have to find my style of stitching. I think I did buy some of those bobbins. Thank you so much for everybody who answered my question on where to get those bobbins. I found them, I ordered them. I think I might try doing the pocking method again and using the bobbins and seeing if I like those more. I just found that when I was cross stitching, every time I pulled my thread through, it was catching on all my pocked threads. So, or I need to just go on and watch some of those stitch with me's and see how other people are doing it. But here's where I'm at, and again, I'm just loving working on it. Once I get through all my stitches on all my mystery SALS, I get caught up on, and then I get to spend some time on this. That is it for all the stitching I've done. So now I'm going to do the giveaway, and then after the giveaway, I'll show a little bit of the haul. And just a reminder of the giveaway, it was from the Black Needle Society box. And again, I can't remember what box it was from, but I did show my last video which box it all came in. I kept saying I thought it was the Up All Night box, but it wasn't. It was something like some garden or night garden. I think maybe that was it. I could be way off. But here is what the giveaway was. So it was the pattern Save a Life. It was also the little corner gauge to let you know where to start your cross stitching. There was another pattern, Moonrise Snail. Then we had Lady.Creates did the finishing kits for both of those. So here's this. I apologize for the crinkling. And then it was the project bag, which had them pretty moth on it as well. And I did my random comment generator for the word moth, and here it is. So congratulations, Lydia's Leisurely Stitches. You are the winner. If you can contact me at the email address that I have below with your mailing address, I will get this into the mail to you. If I don't hear from you within the next few days, I will reach out to you, but I'd like to wait a few days to see if you can just be surprised. I think it's more fun to randomly see your name pop up than to get an email. Although today is Friday the 10th, I probably will not have this video up and loaded until Monday, and then I'll give it a few days after that. Now I'm going to show a very little bit of haul. If you are only here for the stitching, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are like me and you do enjoy seeing people's hauls because you want to see what you can get talked into as well, I'm going to show that now. So the first thing I got was my Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is something I get every month, although I did end this sadly just because I want to go to a higher thread count, And right now she's not offering a higher thread count. So I did end this subscription and I have started with somebody else, which will show up next month. But this is a 32 count Lugana and the color is Cherryrific. And it's not quite as bright as what's showing up on the camera. It's a little bit more subdued. I do actually already have a pattern in mind for this though, but we'll see. We'll see if I get it kitted up anytime soon with all the full coverages that I have planned. And then I also did get her threads every month, and so this month's cherry collection was, let's see, black cherry, Moncherie, and again it's showing up a little bit brighter on camera than it really is, Ooh La La, and Rainer Cherry. So I think these are pretty similar in color actually. Maybe a shade different. And then you've got this one. And then while I was at my local needlework shop, which again is a couple of hours away, it's the World in Stitches in Massachusetts. I saw a couple of patterns. I used to, in a past life, be a quilter. So I figured, I keep saying I'm going to make a quilt. I've even cut some fabric for a quilt. But when I have time, I'd rather be stitching than sewing. So I figured this is the best of both worlds. I got Told in a Garden and Raspberry Homecoming, I think is the name of this one. Look at all those beautiful quilts in the background that you get to cross stitch. I also got this one, which is Blueberry Homecoming. So slightly different, but at the same time pretty similar. And then I got a Gold Collections Dimensions kit. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that dress. Trying to not get the glare. I'm so sorry. I cannot wait to start this. I think this might be my birthday start next year, if I can wait long enough. I have enough kits that I want to do that I should be able to wait long enough, but I absolutely love that. That is it for all my cross stitching, the giveaway, and my haul. And I really appreciate everybody who has stuck by, and again, we really appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe if you're new to this channel. And until next time, happy crafting.